Yo, it's Doughboy from the I Don't Care What You Think podcast, and we partnered up with Dad Gang. For all you men out there who love being a dad, who being a dad is the most important thing in the world, you click the link in the description and get you 15% off all merch. I don't care what you think, Dad Gang.
MacBook Pros _ATL. Make sure you go get your laptop. This message is brought to you by your boy Ray Spitter, one half co-host of the I Don't Care What You Think podcast, I Don't Care What You Think network. Make sure y'all go get your laptops for all reasons that you need, whether it's recording music, editing software, and any other thing else that you need to do with a laptop. As far as media, MacBook Pros _ATL. Make sure you go get one for a reasonable price. They got them for you.
Yo, welcome to the I Don't Care What You Think podcast.
Well, I don't care what you think. I ain't got no hat on today. Y'all gonna figure out why.
It's your host, Doughboy.
Oh, it's your boy Ray Spitter.
And we here
With a special
guest, a legend, an icon. All right? One of the reasons why movies like I done said Do the Right Thing.
Above the Rim?
Above the Rim hit so hard when I watch it.
Man,
because
I thought you was about to say, bro, made above the rim, bro. I was about to leave the room, bro.
The reason why movies like that hit so hard for me, Coach Carter and things like that,
Yeah.
because growing up, I had that.
I wish I had a coach like Coach Carter.
I had street basketball. I had AAU basketball.
Yeah.
Damn near AAU and the Zoo Crew.
Facts.
They own separate things in a way. They in the way they're the same thing and they own separate things. But we got the one and only, the author. All right?
Keep going.
The man, he does it for the community. He does it for the children. He does it for the state. He does it for his city. He does it for his area. We got one of the best coaches. One of the best coaches to coach out of New Jersey. I don't even know how many championships.
Man, it was like that?
I don't even know how many. They just won one. They just won one. And it was an upset.
Y'all getting rings for this? Y'all getting rings? Trophies and all that? Just let me come sit on the bench.
When you win the states, you get well in Newark you got an option. You get the get a ring or you get the jacket.
Just let me
So
come sit on
most
the
of the
bench.
time we take the
Let me
jacket.
come sit on the bench. That's
Zoo Crew's
all I
on.
want to do.
Zoo Crew's on. Shawn McCray, baby. What's up, baby? What's up,
What's
man?
good? What's good, man?
Welcome to the pod, man.
Thank you, man. Glad to be here.
He appreciates you being here because he's a basketball guy.
Yeah.
As you can hear them lies he was telling you before this started.
Cat. Everybody know my story.
Now, question to you. So, when did you know, like, even though I know everything starts off as a hobby or something for fun,
Right.
but when did you know you really loved doing what you do as far as with the basketball in the community?
When did I know?
Yeah, like that you loved it and it wasn't just a hobby.
Well, basketball always. Well, growing up, where I grew up at, we played all sports. But
Yeah.
being that I was tall for my age, basketball kind of stuck with me. But actually, at 16, I had my first team. I was hanging in the area, Newark, New Community. If anybody knows what New Community is, I used to hang over there and play basketball over there at Newton Street School. And one time I was there in the summer and the guy Ladio was saying they was about to do a league for kids 12 and under. But the league was only for New Community kids. They was gonna have a draft and they was gonna put kids on the team and, volunteer coaches or whatever. So I asked him, I said, well, I got some kids in my neighborhood, can I bring them over here? And he's like, kids in your neighborhood? And I'm like, yeah, I got some younger kids that play basketball. I think they would benefit from this, get them out of the projects for a couple of hours. And he asked me, you think you can handle that? At 16, I'm playing basketball, working on my game. And I told him, yeah, I could do it. So I went back in my community. My little brother was like 10 or 11 at the time. And I took some of his friends and some of the kids in the community, and we practiced at West Kenny Playground, which is now Newark Vocational. We practiced at Cleveland Elementary, which was right up the street. On Saturdays and Sunday mornings, I had them kids out there at 8 o'clock practicing, doing the stuff that my coaches did for me up to that time.
That's fine.
And that's when I started coaching, man, and that's when I became like a community. I think I was a community person. I wanted to, I was always looking out for the kids, like the kids got to have something to do.
That's
and
fine.
that was my passion, man. I got away from it after I got out of college and things like that, but then I came back and I started my own program
That's
you know, years later, back in 1996. But I started coaching kids in the summer of about 82, 83.
Damn, that's a long time.
Word.
Congratulations on that, actually.
Thank you, man. Appreciate
Where
it.
does Zoo Crew come from, like the name?
Zoo Crew, you Google it, you're going to get all types of information.
Right.
But I'm going to tell you where it really came from. You know, we was in the projects. They were closing our projects down. So, you know, they was knocking all the buildings down. We ain't Brick City no more. Ain't too many tall buildings left. But they moved us to the South Ward of Newark. I grew up in the Central Ward. And I think I was a sophomore in college going into my junior year. And some of my friends, you know, they was a little younger than me. They probably was like 18, 19. And they started throwing parties. They was throwing parties in Newark. You know, we came from a community when we came from the projects. Projects is a community, whether you look at it as poverty, violence, whatever you want to look at it, it was a community. So when we moved on Chadwick Avenue, we tried to bring that same community in that neighborhood. And, you know, like I said, guys started throwing parties at Skate 22. They was throwing parties downtown Newark at different clubs for youth.
Okay.
And it became popular. So one day we was on the block and Jokers was like, yo, we got to come up with a name to put on some T-shirts, make some flyers, put a name, let people know who throwing the parties.
Right.
And my man Dre, who actually, you know, helps me out at the Summer League now, he was like, why don't we call ourselves the Zoo Crew? So everybody like, the Zoo Crew? And we sitting around, you know, and they're like, well, why Zoo Crew? And it was like, man, they call us animals. We caged in our environment. Let's call ourselves Zoo Crew. And it stuck.
Yeah,
and that was in 1991 that the name came out, you know, with Zoo Crew. And then we had a big following, man. We used to throw block parties on the block, man. We had, we had Queen Latifah, Tretch, Naughty by Nature, Old Dirty Bastard. We had Chris Webber on the block before. Like we was there, man. We was right there. OJ daughter, Arnell Simpson, she was out there. She was intrigued. That's when the stolen car stuff was heavy. Yeah. And she was intrigued about that. We told some little jokers, yo, you know, go steal a car, man. They spending it on Clinton. Yeah, this was, you know what I'm saying? We young, man, you know.
Facts, yeah.
So she was from Cali, so she was just intrigued about, I heard they steal cars out here, so a couple of little jokers stole a car, they spinning it up. And she was amazed, man, at that. And, you know, and now I look back at it like, you know, I wouldn't advise nobody to do that now. But, you know, at that time, we young, we in the community. And it grew from there, man. It just and then it turned into something else. The police and the government turned it into something else. Right. But that's the main reason that Zoo Crew was started.
Right. And that's fire. Damn, that's dope. I'm mad I didn't know about that. I would have been over there. I would have came to the block party. I would have been over there. What?
Nah, block parties was legendary, man. We started off throwing two. We would throw one in July and then one at the end of August. And man, it'd be people out there I'm talking about all over Newark, like it wasn't no problems. We ain't had no incidents. We ain't need no security. We fed everybody. Everybody had a good time, man. Those was the good days, man.
Yeah.
Those was the good days.
So you say until the government and all of them made it something else. So how does that feel being on the inside of that happening? Like with them trying to make something that's community or something that's good, something that is not.
I mean, I'm into like history of our people, you know, especially people that advocated for the community. And if you go back in history and look at a lot of people that advocated for the community, they disbanded them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, I came up in the era of the Black Panthers.
That's what made me think of that when you said
right,
it.
Yeah, I
caught the end of that. You know what I mean? In the 80s, late 70s, I was born in 67, so I caught a little bit of that. Okay. Black love, empowerment, community. And when you start doing that for people that are not supposed to do the right thing, they attack you. And what happened was a lady, Strawberry Daniels, Danette Daniels, she was shot and killed on Clinton Avenue by Newark police.
Sheesh.
So they thought she was buying drugs, which she wasn't. She was, you know, she was somebody in the neighborhood that did get high. Yeah. And she was at the corner store, and a little 16-year-old dude, she was trying to get like asking him for change. I think he gave her like 50 cents. Cop pulled up, looked like they was doing a drug transaction, threw on the car. You know, long story short, they put her in the back seat, and the cop handcuffed her to the front.
Jeez.
So what happened was she climbed over the seat for whatever reason, I don't know.
Yeah.
Jumped in the driver's seat. It was an unmarked car, so it didn't have the partition.
Yeah.
And she put the car in reverse. Cop jumped in, shot her in the head, killed her right on Clinton Avenue in the summertime. Everybody outside. And Clinton Avenue is the main thoroughfare in Newark.
Yeah.
So we protested. You know, we thought it was wrong. So they had to call like the whole force down there. Everybody in the community was upset that he killed this woman. And from then on, it was on. And we was the face of that community. So the current mayor and his dad, rest in peace, Amiri Baraka, and Raz Baraka, they was, activists in the community at the time. So they came down and they riled up the community and, they brought us in. And we, people from Zoo Crew was selling drugs, man. Everybody was doing whatever. Some people was into the music.
Right.
Some people had businesses. Some people was still in the street, selling drugs. So we became a target because of what we were doing negative in the community.
Right.
But at the same time, we were still doing positive things, and we became the target of the federal government. So they did an investigation, they say, about 8 months, which it wasn't that long.
Right.
That happened in June with the lady Strawberry. By August, they rounded up 30 people, charged them with federal charges. Some people had state charges. And about 10 of those guys were actually members of Zoo Crew. The other 20 was just people that got caught up in the mix. But that's where it stemmed from, because we stood up in the community and started marching down to City Hall. The actual mayor at the time, rest in peace, Sharp James, who just passed away.
Oh, word? They was telling me about Sharp James.
Yeah, he just passed away.
James.
Yeah, he sided with the community. He suspended the officer. The police didn't like it. So it was a whole big thing going on, man. They was trying to make it hard for us. They would ride up and say, everybody going to jail. Y'all need to close down this, do this. A couple of cops was like, yo, y'all need to chill. Like, they really on y'all. And, we young.
Yeah.
We don't want to hear that. Like, somebody died. We community. We people first. We human.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? What people do on their own, that's something else. But at the end of the day, we human.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. And then they did the raid. They had it all on the news. They had it on the newspaper. It was a big article about the Zoo Crew and this and that. So I kind of missed that wave. And after that, I was like, I got to get on track. You know what I'm saying? And after that, I started, doing what I needed to do to get where I am now.
That's dope. How tall are you?
I'm 6'5".
Yeah, if you was outside in regular clothes, I would have knew you played basketball. Cause I don't got no problem. I don't got no problem about asking nobody nothing. Like, if I need to ask a question, if I see somebody over some average height, I'll be like, play ball.
Well, I'm like that. I do the same thing, man.
I do that. I met Robert Covington like that.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He was over here at the Shake Shack, and
all right.
I seen him, but I ain't see him at first. But I happened to be walking to the car, and I was walking next to him. But he so when I'm walking next to him, I'm probably at his ribs, and I look up like, you play ball? He's like, yeah. I'm like, where you play at?
He's like, where you play at? You don't even believe him, huh?
He like, I play ball. I'm like, he's in the NBA? He was like, yeah. I'm like, Robert Covington? He like, yeah. I'm like, man, I used to be wilding on 2K with you, bro.
Oh,
I'm like, yo, what you doing over here? And he wasn't trying to answer no question. I took a little picture. He went about his day.
Right.
But it was just funny. But I know I made his day because I don't nobody know Robert Covington.
Nobody stop Robert. I would have walked straight past him. I would have said some shit like, damn, he tall. And I just kept walking.
And kept it moving, huh?
You know what the fuck he looked like.
But in the restaurant, though, sitting down, he looked like a regular human. But outside, standing up, he's like a giant. It's crazy.
Right. Wow.
All right. You played ball, man. How much you average?
Oh,
When I played?
Yeah, when you played, man. Let's get to it.
What level? Because I played in high school, college. I ain't played professionally for other reasons.
First, high school. What was the stats?
High school, back when I played, you know, when you was in 9th and 10th grade, you played freshman and JV. Wasn't no freshman on varsity and all that stuff that's going on now. You had to earn your keep. So I didn't play varsity until my junior year. I thought I should have been on varsity, but I probably averaged about 10 points my junior year. I played with, I was at St. Benedict's at that time, and I played with Joe Dooley, who's actually, I want to say he's an assistant. He was assistant at Kansas, so he was our star, you know. Yeah. So he had to take all the shots or whatever. But my senior year, I transferred to Central. I went to Central my senior year, and I averaged like 16 points, 10 rebounds. I got like the MVP for the team, and I always wanted to go to Central because that's where all my friends was at. But I had got a scholarship, this academic scholarship to Benedict, so.
That was another problem I had.
Yeah, my mom wasn't having it. Like, you know, we in the projects, you got an academic scholarship, it costs money to go there. You're going to use that to your advantage, you know. And then my last year, you know, I left in like October of my senior year. Like, they told me I wasn't graduating. And I was like, I ain't graduating because, you know, in Catholic school, you need 4 years of everything. Public school, you need 2 years of this, 2 years of that. So I was on schedule to graduate when I went to Central. I just had to pass that state test that they give us, and I passed it and I graduated. But I did well, man. We had a real good team. We played St. Anthony's my first game, and we lost to them by like 3 points. They came to Central, and good game, man. I know Coach Hurley personally. I coached against him, played against him. And I went off to college, man. I had a great college career. My freshman year, I had to go to JUCO because I was in St. Benedict's, failing on purpose because I thought they was going to kick me out, and it kind of put me in a hole. So I had to go JUCO. I had a scholarship offer to Monmouth University. I couldn't take it, so I went JUCO. Did 2 years there. We lost in the national junior college championship my freshman year. Leaving there, I got an offer to St. Peter's. I came over here, visit St. Peter's. I didn't graduate from the JUCO. I was 6 credits short. So I had to, I was 6 credits short, so I would have had to go back there and pay my own way on campus, pay to live there. And, you know, my mom ain't had that money, so I just transferred to Caldwell. I went to Caldwell. I was the first player in school history to score 1,000 points. You know, I scored 1,000 points in 2 years. So I was giving out some work, man.
That's at least 26 a game. That's at least.
I averaged like, well, we played like 33 and 30. I think we played 66 games I played while I was there. We played 33 games both years. Yeah, so I was doing good, man.
You was killing.
So I was the all-time leading scorer for a long time. I'm still, well, another kid, he just was at Caldwell. He just scored 1,000 in 2 years. So me and him, the only 2 players ever
What's his name?
to score 1,000 points. I'm not sure. He just transferred. He was there his freshman, sophomore year. He left. You know, these kids bouncing now.
Yeah.
So I had a real good career up there, man. I had but see, I was in school and I was in the streets, so I wasn't really focused. My junior year, I averaged like 22 points, 12 rebounds. I had got this letter from a pro team in I think it was Puerto Rico, if I can remember. I had to go try out. It was in Florida. The tryout was in Florida, so if I went to try out, I would forfeit my senior year eligibility because I tried out for a pro team. And I said, you know what? If I had this year, if I had a good year this year, they definitely gonna come for me next year. So the next year, I only averaged like 17, 18. I was more involved in the streets. I was getting some money, so I would go home, come back to school, go home, come. So I wasn't focused on the ball no more. You know, I was still playing because that was my motivation to be in school. And it didn't happen like that senior year. So, you know, after I graduated, well, actually I had to do another year. I did 3 years at Caldwell, but I didn't play my last year because I just did my eligibility. But I was in the streets, man. I was getting money, so it was like whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I think if I was more focused on it, I could have played overseas. And my only regret with basketball is not playing Division I. Because I think I was a Division I basketball player because I had an offer from Monmouth and St. Peter's. Even though it was low-level Division I, it was Division I.
Still was Division I.
Yeah, and when I was at Caldwell, we played like my first year at Caldwell was the first year they ever had a basketball team. So we played 6 Division I schools. We lost to all of them, but I was giving them work, man, and I was like, I could play at this level.
Yo, what division is Cardwell?
Right now, they 2. They Division
was they
2.
when you played?
It was NAIA. It's like it wasn't 1, 2, or 3, but it was like it's still got NAIA, but it was their own separate. I'm not sure how to explain it, but now they Division 2, so they offer scholarships and all that
Now,
stuff.
I only asked that because I used to do security there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
okay.
that was the first time I ever seen a Final Four.
Oh,
But
okay.
and on their level.
Right.
But
How long ago was this? Because they've been Division 2 maybe 15 years now. About
It
15 years.
was years ago, like 15.
Oh,
some
okay.
years
So they was NAIA.
Yeah, so when I went there, because my cousin, my boy got me the job or whatever. So I'm in there, and he like, yo, you ever been to a college basketball game? The only college basketball game I ever been to was NJCU. So I'm like, nah, I ain't never been there. He like, yo, I'm gonna tell him to put you on as security. Man, I don't. That's not Division I. The way that shit was like,
Was that the old gym they was playing in?
yeah.
They ain't
And
had
I'm
the
just
new
like,
gym
yo,
yet.
I need to go to a real D1 game.
Yeah.
Like, yo, that tournament was crazy, son. Like, I was like, yo, what division is this? But my boy didn't know.
Right.
And I was just like, damn, that was my first introduction to like seeing college basketball live.
Okay.
Cardwell was, man, they have an atmosphere. So for you to be on the first team, they went on to have a good atmosphere.
No, they do. They got a new gym now and everything. But on the new gym, they put the picture of that team on the wall. So we're on the wall at Caldwell for the first team
fire.
ever at the school. So
That's fire.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
fire.
What's
Yeah.
your favorite part of the game, like basketball itself?
My favorite part, I'm a shooter, so I love people that can shoot. I definitely love a lefty because I'm left-handed. So I feel
Respect.
like
I respect.
I feel like
I
all
could,
left.
I could go to my left, but I'm gonna switch back to my right.
Nah, it's just watching the lefty shoot the ball, man.
Yeah,
It's
nah, I
just
feel you.
it's
They-
just different.
They got a different type of. It just look. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So I'm more like I like scoring, and but as a coach, I like defense, man. Because defense is what really wins the games. Like you gotta
Sure.
shut somebody down,
Sure.
and it's just the aggressiveness and intensity of the defense. You know what I mean? So that's what I preach with my kids: defense.
Nah, that's real. I like that. What them practices looking like though?
Practice
A lot of running.
back in the day, not now.
now.
Not now. These kids different, man. They different. They different, man.
I seen something, right, where Carmelo Anthony had said it. And he was like, when he went to Portland to play with Dame, and he was like, they was losing at halftime. And he was like, yo, they came in the locker room and all the players ran to their phones and was like on Instagram and Twitter and shit.
Wow.
And he said he looked at Dame like, yo, what the fuck? And he said Dame looked at him and was like, don't even waste your time, bro. And Melo was like, yo, what you mean? But he was like, Dame
Right.
understood the assignment. Like, yo, it's time to game plan. Like, we losing.
Right.
He said, yo, everybody in there was on their phone but Dame. And he said Dame was Carmelo was like, he's just looking at Dame, and Dame was looking at him like, this is what it is
What's
now.
going on, yeah.
If
Yeah,
you think
so-
about it, Dame draft class really like the last. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what Dame was telling
Yeah,
him.
like
Because he said as soon as he seen it, he's like, everybody was on. He said the
Yeah,
coach
that
wasn't
was-
saying nothing.
that draft class
And Melo
had-
was like, yo, come on, we need to. And he looked
Right.
at Dame, and Dame was like, don't even waste your time.
Wow.
Bro. They not listening to nothing. This is what
I
they want to
believe
do.
it. I
And Melo
believe
said he just sat down next to Dame, and they ain't say shit. He just
I
sat
done went
there.
home.
Like, it was.
went home.
Melo said that's when he realized. He was like, yo, the game is different.
It's different.
Like, he
yeah.
was like, they ran to the locker room, and Melo was like, when I walked in there, I'm like, yo, that's the fuck.
Damn, you gotta
And he was
think-
like, Dame was just looking like,
You
they're
gotta
not
think
going to
about
game
that
plan.
shit, bro. Mad stuff play into that J now, like sports betting.
Yeah.
Something crazy could have happened. Somebody done posted you on Instagram, like in the game, stuff like that. Like, it's crazy, bro.
Bruh, Chauncey Billups said when he was coaching Portland, that's
Yeah,
right.
he's trying to post.
He said somebody caught a dunk in the second quarter. He
Right.
said we went in the halftime, we went in the locker
They
room.
posted it.
The dunk was posted before they left the locker room before halftime.
Wow.
The dude posted the dunk. And he was like, yo, the game not even know. He said, man, we lost that shit by like 20.
Wow.
But all Brett cared about was his individual highlight.
But that,
Man, that's
So when
crazy.
you say kids today is
they
really
they-
different, man. They,
And I never played basketball. I played football.
Okay.
But it was different.
you really have to change your coaching style now with with these kids. I mean, I'm still a yeller and calling you all types of, you know, I don't know if you could
That
curse,
can never go away. You
curse
gotta
on the,
keep that.
Yeah, I mean, that's just me, but they don't respond. You know, when you're dealing with kids that come from, I'm gonna just say, real poverty, because some people in poverty and they don't believe they're in poverty. You know what I mean? Because they think they could get everything they need. But when you got kids that's really hungry, and you tell them, you curse them out, man, I don't want to hit. I'm about to go play. These kids now, you curse them out, put their head down. They can't look at you. Like it's like, what's going on? Like what happened to the kids?
The world
got soft. True. The world got soft. I agree.
He hear me every time my son get into trouble. My son 5. Since my son can walk and talk, I've said this to him. Whenever he in trouble, whenever something don't go my son's way, when he walk away from me or his mother, he always put his head down. He's sad. You know what I mean? And I always yell out, I don't care what the situation is.
Pick your head up.
Hey, yo, you pick your head up when you walk away.
That's right.
And then he'll stop walking, he'll lift it up, and he'll keep walking. He's still sad and he crying or whatever.
Right.
But I'm like, yo, you don't ever let nobody show you that they defeated you.
Right, that they defeated you.
Yeah, I said, Joe, yeah, you in trouble right now. You shouldn't have did that. But don't walk away from me with your head down.
Right.
You walk away from me with your head high. So now he does it. Like, he'll get ready to do it. Like, he'll get sad, he'll go to drop his head, and then he'll lift it up.
Right.
And then he'll walk away.
I feel like it's because you can't chastise kids.
But that's why it's gone.
Yeah.
Because, like he said, when he get on them as a coach,
Yeah,
they
that's
put
what
their
I'm saying,
head
like-
down, they can't look them in the eye. But that's because at home, they're not telling them, yo, it was a wrong, you can fix it.
Right.
Lift your head up, don't be down about it. So now when they get chastised, it's like man, why he yelling at me? It's like,
right.
nah,
You yell at him, he missed the layup. Like, bro, like you tell us. Like, where had the time come to, bro? Like, it used to be a time where you could yell at a kid in practice. They'd be, they'd get over it, whatever. But at the end of the day, yo, have a good night, coach. I'll see you next practice. Stuff like that. You can't do that no more.
I had a coach tell me one time when I first started playing football, I wanted to be a running back, but I was on the heavier side, and the only one we had was Jerome Bettis in the NFL.
Yeah.
So I never tried out for the position. Like I did my whole season, I never tried out for the position.
Yeah.
So they had me on the O-line, they had me on defense. I never tried out for the position. We come back the next year. I finally tell him, like, yo, I want to be a running back. And he never said nothing to me. He was like, all right, we'll see.
Yeah.
He did a group meeting. You got an ass whoop. So he did a group meeting. And he was talking to me.
Yeah.
He was like, but he was talking to everybody. And he was like, some of y'all out here want to wear number 32, because that's a running back number. That's back when it was number. He's like, some of y'all out here want to wear number 32 and y'all scared to fucking speak up. He was like, how y'all gonna try to help this team and y'all afraid to say what y'all want to say and try what y'all want to try?
Yeah.
I know he talking to me because I just talked to him about trying to be a power back. So he was like, if you scared to speak for yourself, then you don't deserve to be here.
Right.
Man, we went to practice. I was a running back.
I know that's
The
right.
practice started that day. I was a
That speaking
motherfucking
of shit
running.
ain't working my case.
Nah,
I ain't gonna lie to you.
that shit. But the whole time I was sitting there, I'm like, damn, he talking to me. I was mad as fuck, too.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, he just gonna put me on the spot like that? And then when the drill started, he said, yo, man, come here. I was like, yo, what's up? He said, go over there with the running backs. And I'm like, what? He said, yo, go over there with the running backs. You want to be a running back? Go over there,
right?
I gave that shit my all.
I know that's right. You're supposed to. Sure.
I got
what you're
the
supposed to do.
position, nigga.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
It mean a lot. Like coaching mean a lot, but
It do. having a good coach and I wouldn't even say, I don't want to say relationship, but like just having a good coach, period. Like a coach that want to be good and he want all his players to succeed, not just.
But life discipline is more. So like before you even get to him, yo, what's the balance at home?
Right.
That's a fact.
Right.
Like we all grew up in poverty. Some of us didn't. Some of us did.
Right.
But at the end of the day, there was structure.
Right.
So like I told you, my son 5, I chastise him. I tell him like, yo, that's wrong, that's right. Lift your head up. By the time he get to you, he gonna be able to take you going. The fuck is you doing?
Right.
He gonna be able to handle it because it's like, yo, it's a mistake. You'll get over it. Like I do it with my son. Like no matter what it is, like I could be in the room, he could be playing his video game.
Yeah.
Soon as he get there and I hear it, I'd be like, yo, it's just a game.
Right.
You can take a break, get back to it.
Right.
Don't just quit and give up on it.
Figure it out.
Because if you don't teach them that, they quit every chance they
Every
get.
chance
Who you think
they
you
get.
talking to? I'm quitting.
Every chance. And it's funny you say about the structure at home because I think one of my strong points is with my kids, I get to know them. You know what I'm saying? I want to know where you live at, who you live with, who you hanging around. And this is just not my kids that's good. This the whole team.
Yeah.
And this every year. I want to know your environment because now I can deal with you a little different because I already know, what's going on. And then I need to know where you live because I need to know, I know that area and I know what's going on. And I might know a couple people, look out for them. You see them doing some bull, give me a call. So it's important to know the kids off the court too. And I think that's where,
I agree.
when I grew up, the coaches wasn't like that. You came to practice, you went home. They ain't giving you no ride. You got to get home on your own. Now, we give them a ride because we trying to build that relationship with them because we come from where you come from and we need to and let you know we understand.
Right.
Everybody don't understand you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why some people get upset when you have a relationship with a kid that might be causing havoc in the school. But if I come around, why he listen to you and he don't listen to me? You got to get to know him and see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And now you can approach him in a different manner. But if you don't know the kid, how you going to understand him?
It's like they be like, it's like some coaches, they want you to be good. They don't even know you. So it's like they want you to understand them. But you don't understand me, bro.
Right, right.
No,
that's true.
How that work?
That's true.
I
agree.
definitely get what you're saying. So.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yo, that right there. See, the kind of coach when you said that you don't understand them situation, did you see what happened to Teddy Bridgewater?
Yeah, I spoke on that. I went live and I spoke about that. That's crazy.
Yeah, that shit broke my heart.
Yeah.
Because I always said if I was ever in the financial space, yo, he did nothing wrong. He didn't really break any rules.
Right.
Because what he did actually benefited the program.
The program, yeah.
It didn't benefit the child. It didn't make the child rich.
Right.
It benefited the program.
So it benefited everybody.
And they go, we gotta suspend you for that. Then why do you want those type of kids here?
Right.
If that was a problem, you should be reaching out to kids who don't need that.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
That sounds messed up, but it's the truth.
I thought that was crazy that they even did that. But it goes on. It's certain things you can do and certain things you can't do. Like, we're not supposed to put kids in our cars during the season.
Yeah.
So if practice over at 8:30, 9 o'clock, I know this kid live all the way over there, and I'm going that way. I'm not supposed to give him a ride. Like, come on, man.
Man, I remember I had a baseball.
That makes no sense to me.
Man.
So this kid he gonna get home an hour later when I'll be home in 15 minutes.
Exactly.
And when I could have dropped him off, he'd have been home in 15
Still would have been home in 15 minutes. It's crazy.
So, some stuff you do it just because. You know what I'm saying? If something happened, then you gotta eat that.
But that's like when you say like you can't like how you are, you can't expect other people to understand.
Right.
So
no, I get it.
Like some people, like sometimes when some people talk, you just be like, bro, what? Like,
what are you talking about? Where you from,
bro? Like that make no sense. And first of all, it might be against the rules in y'all eyes, but this a kid, bro.
Right.
Like this a kid. It's not no grown. This a kid. He probably ain't got no bus fare because a lot of kids don't have lunch money.
Right.
He probably ain't got no bus fare. He ain't got no lunch money. He got to walk through a million. He got to walk through a million dangerous areas.
And he gonna take the long way because I gotta avoid. I can't go through there.
Exactly.
I gotta go this way. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough.
And soon as something happened, where was his village?
Right.
Where was his? Well, his village was trying to take him home, but y'all put it in the contract.
Right,
I can't drop my kids off.
Right, which is crazy.
Crazy. It's wild.
Crazy. But that's where we living in now.
All right, we gotta get to the NBA though.
Nah, before we go there, you wrote a book.
Ooh.
Right.
So what pushed you to write the book and publish? Like, what pushed you to even want to try your hand at being an author?
Well, I mean, I always liked to write. That was my.
He got a book too. He trying to be modest.
We're not talking about that.
I just want to throw it out there.
We ain't talking about what I got. We talking about him. What pushed you? All right, we'll do that in my interview.
I just felt like thank you. I thought I had a story to tell, man, and it's not like it's a book about me growing up in Newark from when I was born until 2011. We won the state championship, so I ended it right there. And the book was like, the chapters was like 1967 to 1970, 1971 to 74. That's how I did the chapters with the years, just so I could remember certain stuff that was going on. But I just thought that, I went through a lot of things during the course of my life, and to be able to like even sit here and talk about it and not be a guy that came home from prison and telling a different story. I'm telling you a story that I maneuvered through these communities, through these streets, and I was able to still be a respectable person in the community doing that. So, dealing with a lot of kids, you want them to understand that it can be done. There's gonna be pitfalls, there's gonna be obstacles. You gotta figure out how to get around that without getting caught in it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I was lucky, man. Like I said, my friends got caught up in a federal raid. My best friend was labeled as a kingpin. But by that time, I was weaning myself away from the streets because I started my program in 96 and that raid happened in 97. So I was like a year in with the kids, just every day going to do something. And I told somebody, I said, I thought I was saving their life, but if you turn it around, they were saving mine, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't even see that until I got a little older. So it just made me want to write the book. Like I said, I like writing. I was an avid reader when I was young. My mom made me read novels at 12 years old. I was always reading the newspaper. So I just thought a story needed to be told, and I thought my story was good enough to be told. And in the beginning of the book, I touch on the history of the riots in Newark, the gentrification that's going on now. They called it urban renewal, but back then they called it Negro removal. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So, you know what I'm saying? So I get into that in the beginning of the book leading up to, as far as I can remember when I was a kid. But I start the book off with the riots, because I was born in 67.
Okay.
So I was like 5 months old when the riots happened, so I started it with that. And then I went into my story and just talked about different things, basketball, being in the street selling drugs, just doing different things, man, the fun we had when we was kids, and it just made me want to write the book. I always said I was going to do part 2, but it's just like, it took me like 3-4 years to actually do it, because you really got to have time, you got to have the space, you know what I mean? And right now it's just, I don't really have the time to sit down and do it. I always say, I'm going to do it in the summer. But then it's like, you got to have all your thoughts together, because you don't want to be all over the place. So it took me like 2-3 years to write it. I think I put it out in 2016 or 15 it came out. I self-published it and everything. A lot of people bought it. It didn't sell like I wanted it to sell, but, I went to the printer like 4 times, and he was like, yo, what, you giving these books away? And I'm like, nah, I'm selling them. Like,
selling them, man.
You know how they was, when I listened to these rappers and they lift the trunk and they was selling their CDs, sometimes that's how you got to do it, because you got to pay to get your information out there. You got to pay these publishing companies and all this and that. So I tried it. On my second book, I think I'm going to do it a little different, because I learned, when you do things, you learn from
trial and error.
Yeah, trial and error, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm gonna write another one probably when I'm done, man. It's almost that time where it's time to just let certain stuff go and start the afterlife. When I say afterlife, people are like, you talking about when you die? I'm like, nah, the afterlife of, I've been doing this so long, now it's got to be something else I can do after that. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean. So yeah, that's why I wrote the book, man.
That's dope. I like these type of interviews, because when we do interviews like these and we interview like urban legends, it make me feel like I'm sitting there when the YouTube dude is recording his voiceover of like, cause I be watching all that stuff. Like I look up Carlton Hines. I look up.
I'm like that too.
Earl Manigault. Like I'm sitting there I'm looking at pictures and the audio. That's it. Like no video. Just they showing their pictures and stuff like that. And it just be dope. Like I be like, damn, this fire. I gotta do this. But then I come to the podcast and then we get urban legends like yourself, and it be dope.
Appreciate that, man.
It's fire. And he be putting me on. Like, a lot of stuff about Newark, I don't be knowing.
Right.
So when he said we had you coming up there, he was like basketball and they did this, they did that. I know Branchbrook Park and stuff, but I'm not that deep into Newark everyday life. So
I get you.
I be liking that when he bring y'all up here.
That's what's up.
And he speak highly of y'all. So yeah.
Appreciate it.
That's my child. It's part of my. It's part of
know,
me. You know
but I know, but most of the guests we be having be on my side. So I be like,
hey, man.
I be like, when we had DJs up here, I say, yo, you don't know what he was doing when we was out here and I was young, he was DJing and all that. So when he bring y'all through, and like when he had the rapper guys come up here, Shub and them, it was cool. Like I was like, oh, that's dope. Word.
So you say you started your program in '96. For those who don't know, what is the program?
Well, it's a Zoo Crew Youth Basketball Program. Right now we call it ZCYB program. Zucru Youth Basketball. We just abbreviated it. I started the program in '96. Like I said, we was living on Chadwick and Clinton. There was nothing going on in the community. There was a lot of kids in that community, and there was nothing going on. And I was like, I played for an AAU program, and the guy I played for was still doing AAU. So I took some kids up there that I thought was pretty good to try out, and he kept a couple of them, and he cut some of them. And then he gave them a letter with a fee on it. You know, you got to pay this fee to be in the program, and kids really didn't have the money. And, you know, I probably could have did it and paid for them to go, but I'm like, well, he cut these guys, now what they gonna do? So I went back to the block. I was talking to my man Lamar, and he was like, why don't you start your own program? And I was like, man, I never thought of that. And then I was like, yeah, you know what? So I called the same guy who I took the kids to, how you incorporate the name and this and that. And I went down to Hall of Records. I got the paperwork, opened a bank account, got a EIN number and all that stuff, and I started my own program. So I started with the kids in the neighborhood. Ages, I think we started, when I first started, it was like ninth and 10th graders or something like that. And put the team together. The first tournament we played in was in Rutherford, at St. Mary's in Rutherford. And we won the tournament. We was playing against kids that was going to St. Patrick's. Like they had 6'5", 6'6". And we beat them in the championship. They was in there with their nice uniforms. We in there with just a top on. They all got their own shorts on. So, you know, that's how we was in the struggle. Yeah. But I had kids that was like, man, I don't care about them jokers, man.
That. What's up, man?
Let's rock. Yeah.
And we beat them, and we got invited to a tournament in Akron, Ohio. So that was our first road trip. So, you know, I rented a van, got the kid. We went down there. We played 4 games. We lost all of them by a total of like 8 points. But we was small, and everybody down there was big. But I had kids with heart. Like, you know, they played. So that's why I started the program, and it was started to help the kids in the community, not to, you know, if somebody make it to the league is all good, but we need to get these kids in the program where I didn't care if you knew how to play or not, because I'm gonna teach you how to play, and you know what I'm saying, and it grew, and then I started riding through the city, and I want to play for Zucru, so we started picking up more kids. We practiced right in, it was a court right across the street from where I lived. And we were practicing there in the mornings like we was doing when I first started, going into the local school playground and practicing. And then I got Mr. Hill, rest in peace. He was a legend in Newark. He went to Shabazz, but he was drafted by the St. Louis Hawks in like 1957 or 51, somewhere around there. He played with Bob Pettit. I mean, he's one of the, but they blackballed him out the league because he wouldn't give Bob Pettit the ball. So he used to tell me all these stories. So he was like working in a rec center, and he saw me outside practicing one time. He like, what you doing out here? I'm practicing my kid. He be like, hey, you could come in here on Fridays from 6 to 9 and have practice. I'm like, yeah. And he was like, yeah, just come in for the after-school program. And and during the winter, I had a gym. I would go in there 6 to 9, like 50, 60 kids, man, for 2 hours. And we would just get it in, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I started it, man. I started it because, you know, when people always say, oh, you just do basketball. Nah, you disciplining kids. You helping them with their social skills.
Yes, definitely.
You helping them learn how to win, learn how to lose. You know, you building character. You building people.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just shooting the ball in the basket, but that's what people look at.
Because they don't be in the gym. Like, you got to think about it. If I'm with these kids 2-3 hours a day, 4 times a week, 5 times a week, I'm with them more than their parents.
Right.
So it's like,
right.
How could you say I'm not teaching them nothing? I'm not just in here giving them the ball and walk off and go on my phone.
Right.
So
I mean, they're going to squabble with each other, and then it's like, yo, what you doing? That's your teammate. You don't do, you know what I'm saying? And then you definitely don't do it in front of people that's not part of the team, because now they looking like, oh, they ain't together, you know, like we think they are. But, you know, it teaches them a lot. But I just thought it was needed in the community. A lot of the kids was from single-parent homes. Some of their parents was out there buying drugs, you know. So I'm like, man, we gotta do something, because they not getting the same type of love that I might be getting at home. So, you know, I gotta try to be that big brother or that father or that uncle, you know, or mentor or whatever, and you bring them in, and you come, and then next week you come, he got you with him. So that's how I was. Oh, my man want to play. all right. And then after a while, if this ain't for you, then you just ventured off and did whatever you did. But we kept it going like that.
That's fine. Like you said, the AAU guys gave him the fee, and you was like, for what? I
Yeah,
think that's dope.
We was going to tournaments with these guys and competing. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't had no funding. I had kids out on McCarter Highway selling candy. Like, look, this trip costs $100 per person.
Word.
The candy was $15 profit off each box. I used to be like, yo, you sell 7 boxes, you paid. You know what I'm saying? You got $105. And they was out there. We would go out there, come get me. Yo, come on, we going to sell candy. We trying to go to, when the trip was over, they like, what's the next trip? When we going to sell candy? So they was motivated. You know what I'm saying?
fire.
We went to Minnesota, bro. We was in Minneapolis. It's people like us out there. You know, it's black people out there. We out there, we walking around. They like, yo, why ain't no trash on the ground? I said, what you mean? He was like, in Newark, it's trash everywhere. How come they ain't got no trash? It's black people there. I said, bro, they care about their community. They throw it in the garbage. We open up the wrapper and throw it on the ground like that's the garbage can. And that's why our place looked the way it looked. Yeah. This place was spick and span, and I was even amazed, like, damn, it ain't no trash on the ground down there. Or you know, they working, the workers working.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so when they go away, they see different things, and it's like, oh, yeah, and that's why when kids go to college, I encourage them to stay on campus. Don't go to college when you coming back home. Yeah. You ain't gonna get the full experience of college. So I try to tell them, go stay away, see something different, meet different people. You know what I mean?
Not only that, I had so many stories of people that go to college and be coming back and forth, and it's like, it never pan out. Some do pan out,
right?
But like you said, it's good to stay on campus, so you may have a better chance to pan out.
Right.
So that's damn. You be giving some good ass advice. Word. I'm coming to the gym. I be practicing. I'm coming to the gym, man. Word up, man. I'm coming to the gym. I got
with your Snyder on.
Yeah, I'm coming to the gym. My Snyder. I'm gonna flip to the white side though.
I'm gonna flip it to the white side.
What? Man, that's a two-tone.
You got the practice jersey on.
They away. This the away team.
The away team and the home team. Look, when
y'all still do that, or they give y'all away jerseys and home jerseys?
I don't know.
Nah, that's the practice jersey right there.
No, this is the game.
Oh, that was it. Oh, y'all had reversible game jersey.
I was gonna bring the practice jersey.
He said y'all had a reversible game jersey. That's why I said that.
Play like that. No, look, they didn't care about
reversible game jersey.
The best thing we ever got, we had got some LeBrons one year. They was orange and white. That was the best thing we ever got. I still got them. They in the crib. That's the best thing we ever got. We thought we was on some shit. Like we thought they was like, yeah, we going to nationals or whatever. You know, we gonna go to the States. We gonna win all that. Because of some shoes, man. Because of some shoes, man.
You look good. You look good. You play good, man.
Shout out to Snyder, man. I would say this, not to make this about myself or nothing, but I never wanted to go to Snyder, but I'm glad I did. I ended up meeting some very good people and some very good friends. If I'd have went to Lincoln, I don't know what my life would have been like, but it was cool. Yeah, word. Now, my other question is about the NBA. What you think about the NBA now? Because we talked about the kids and how they is nowadays. Like he said, the Carmelo Anthony story.
The NBA?
Yeah, what you think about the NBA now? What's your favorite form of basketball? Is it college, high school, NBA? Like, which one you enjoy?
I like college.
Like college?
I mean, college is getting a little out of hand now because they keep transferring. But I like college basketball because they competing. They trying to get to that professional level. Yeah. So, you know, they playing. I'm not a big NBA fan. I'm a Sixer fan, you know. Okay. But I'm not a big NBA fan. I watch the playoffs. I don't watch too much of the regular season because it's just turned into entertainment. Like, they're not really – they playing when they feel like playing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And I think they're giving out too much money, man. I don't think these guys – it's great they're getting this money, but I don't think a lot of these guys worth what they paying them. And then
I'm feeling the same way.
They sitting out a game every week. Like, you only playing for 6-7 months.
Exactly.
You getting $50 million, $40 million for 6-7 months of work.
To just sit there.
And you sitting out games doing it? Nah. Back in the day, I don't remember people just sitting out because they just needed a rest. You had to really be hurt to sit out. And the league was a little bit more physical than it is now.
The worst thing they did was make a name for it. Like making a name for sitting out.
Low management.
Oh, that low management.
Once
that's
they
crazy.
made that a joint like yo, you could just use this as an excuse to sit out. That's what messed it all up. Like,
it's crazy. So you sitting out 10 games out of what they play 82 game season. Like you playing 2-3 games a week. Like, bro, that ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not a big fan of it. You know, it just turned into entertainment. I definitely can't watch the All-Star game. It's just terrible.
I don't watch none of that stuff.
Yeah, it's just terrible. So,
I ain't watched the dunk contest since Aaron Gordon should have
well,
won.
they said they taking that out this year or next year.
Good. Ain't nobody doing nothing new anyway. So
they're gonna do one 1v1.
1v1?
Yeah, like I don't know, man. It's just everything is entertainment, man. The everything is watered down. Nothing is pure anymore. You know what I'm saying? Everything
right.
is made up. Like
right.
like everybody try to be things they're not. Like like we was talking about coming up. People just trying to do. We caught up in social media and that stuff not even real.
Yeah, they think that's real life.
And we want to live that life, and that's not real.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I mean, I don't know, man. I wonder how the world gonna be in 10, 15 years from now, you know, because I came up in the era where we had no cell phone.
Yeah.
You actually had to read to get some information. Like, I don't know, man. And I'm looking at this now. I'd rather be with no cell phone. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
But,
Yeah,
you know, that's just the way the world is now, man. I don't know.
Can you tell us who one of your favorite opponents was? Like, what was one of your toughest matches you ever had, like on the court?
Toughest matchup on the court? I don't know if y'all know Lloyd Daniels. He's out of New York. They called him Sweet Pea.
I know you're talking about.
He came out around my time, but he played in the NBA. Well, he actually went to I want to say UNLV or Fresno State. He played for Jerry Tarkanian, but I'm not sure if he was at UNLV or Fresno State at that time. But he was good, man. He was real good. He got caught up with drugs. I think he was in the NBA for a brief stint. But he was tough, man. He was about 6'6", 6'7". He could handle the ball. And you know, the New York guards, back then, New York guards was, man, wasn't nobody D'ing them guys, man. But that was probably my toughest matchup. And Greg Grant, he played for the Knicks. He was 5'7". He went to Trenton State, which is now, Trenton State is what, Rowan? No.
Rowan?
Is it Rowan now?
Is it Rowan?
Trenton State is not, is it Stockton? Well, it ain't Trenton State no more, but they
those,
changed the name.
Those,
I don't know if it's College of New Jersey. It might be now, TCNJ or something like that. Because I think that's in Trenton.
Yeah, you could be right.
But 5'7", man, this guy was leading. He was leading the state in scoring.
Damn.
And Trenton State was Division III. I was at Caldwell, so they was coming to Caldwell.
Yeah.
And he was averaging like 35 points a game. Back then, they used to put the stats in the newspaper for college and everything. So they warming up. I didn't realize he was 5'7", so my coach was like, "Yeah, it's great." I said, "That little, huh?"
It's called the College of New Jersey now.
Oh, it is College of New Jersey. Okay, so I'm like, Greg Grant. I said, he 5'7", lightning quick. I'm talking about you run up on him, he gone. You don't run up on him, he knocking down the jump shot. I think he had like 38 that game. I had like 35, and I followed him after that. And he ended up playing for the Knicks for like 5 or 6 years at 5'7", man.
That's tough.
To this day, I've never seen no guard that quick.
That's tough.
I mean, I played against him, so I saw, you know, but him and Lloyd Daniels probably was the two toughest people I saw in person and played against.
All right. Oh. Has anyone from the Zoo Crew went to the league?
Tyreek Whitehead is in the league now.
Tyreek played for y'all?
Yeah, when he was like 9, 10 years old, he played for Zoo Crew, yeah.
Oh, snap.
But he been injured the 2 years. This is his third year on his contract, so he's going to have to do something or he's going to be out of there.
That's tough.
Tyreek.
He was in Brooklyn.
Yeah, he with the Nets. Yeah, he with Brooklyn. But he been injured.
Yeah.
Ever since he was at Duke. That foot, ankle, whatever happened at Duke is still lingering.
Man,
so
that's tough.
yeah,
That's
I went to his draft party. He had it at the Chop House.
Brooklyn Chop House?
Yeah, he had
That's
it
fire.
there. So I went over there to the draft party. You know, I think he was 23rd or 21st
Something like
draft
that.
pick in the first round. So that was a good look for him. But we've had some guys that tried out but didn't pan it, but they went overseas and things like that. So yeah, it's been. We had a lot of guys that played D1. You know what I'm saying? They played D1 basketball. So that's and some of them are back now coaching. So you know, I just tell them, if you make it, man, just come back and give back if you can. If you want to come back, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of guys from Newark, man, they make it and they don't come back.
I understand.
They don't come back.
So did y'all bump heads with AAU?
Who's that?
Just the AAU period.
Yeah, I was doing AAU from '96 until like 2000 and I say about 2005. When I started really coaching at Central, I kind of stopped it because coaches was telling their kids not to play for Zoo Crew.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Right.
was there ever a problem?
Yeah,
with that?
yeah, it wasn't a problem for me
Now,
because
not for you, but like AAU see the Zoo Crew, and it's like,
yeah, but coaches was telling their kids don't go to tryouts because I guess if you come and you build a relationship with me, now I might want to go to Central. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So, but that's not why I was doing it. I was doing it to get these guys looks for college. I didn't care if you played for university, Shabazz, Science, because I had kids that played for different schools. But when I became coach at Central, people looked at it a little different, like, nah, he gonna try to get my kid. But that wasn't
That wasn't the thing.
that wasn't my goal. You know what I'm saying?
They had a different outlook on what they thought you was trying to do. But
so
yeah.
I stopped doing it, and I just started doing it with 8th grade and under. You know, just the kids. But the high school, I worked more with my own team. I would put my team in AAU events as Central. You know what I'm saying? To build them up, get them to play against the competition. And we come back for the season, you know, and saw some of the top players playing against them, and they all on one team. You're not going to see a team like that we just played in that tournament against. So I kind of shied away from the high school with the Zoo Crew and started just doing my Central kids. But we still do the 8th grade and under, you know, with the kids. So. And a lot of, when I became coach at Central, some guys did transfer from their school, and because I wasn't at a school. You
coaching this season, right, for Central?
Yeah, I'm still there. This will be my
20th
year. 20th
Oh, word?
as head coach. Yeah.
Damn, congratulations.
Yeah,
I'm coming to a game this year. When your season start?
Right about mid-December, like 2 weeks before Christmas.
What's Central at Newark?
Right by what you know in Newark?
he don't know nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. I know Broad and Market. Once I get
That's
to
why
Broad
when
and Market,
that's why when he asked me what Central was, I didn't answer.
Broad and Market.
Well, we got a new school. We've been in that building since '09. We used to be by NJIT.
I'm figure it out. I'm coming to a game now.
We right up the street from Essex County College. We ain't far
I
from
know what I
Essex
said. Oh, right there. Yeah,
right up Springfield Avenue.
Yeah, I know Springfield Avenue.
Have you ever been to the Applebee's in Newark?
Yeah, right there.
We
in
right-
the Shack Theater across the
We
street.
right there.
Oh, word.
We
That's your
walk to
school?
that movie theater. No, we right in that area.
Yeah. I'm
Because
coming
when they
out
have
there.
events, they walk to the movie theater. That's how close we
I'm
are.
coming to a game. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I'm coming to a couple games.
Yeah, that's where we at. That's the area I grew up in right there. That's where the projects was right there.
So you the greatest coach in Central history?
Oh, shit.
I
Threw me up with that one.
They won a state championship in '63 and '64. They didn't win another one until 2011. So that was me. So it took 50 years for us to win another one. We was in the year before I took over. We was in the state final in '06 with Mr. Blue. So we've been in the state championship. Like, we've been in the championship 06, 11, 18, 22. But I only won it in 11. You know what I'm saying? But we've been there. Now, before that, they might have been there one time, I think 86, after I graduated. That next year's team went to the state final. So they only been in the state finals once in, 50 years? And then we've been there 4 times since I've been there. So, I mean, I don't know. I think I got the most wins in school history because I don't think nobody's been there 20 years or that that long. I need 10 more wins to get 300 wins. So I'm looking forward to that. I probably would have had it already if it wasn't for COVID, because COVID, they cut the season short that year when he played like 12 games or something like that. But I would say I am. Yeah, I would say I am.
I respect that.
So with you coaching Central, and you being the head coach, and you knowing the game, like you said, you played JUCO, you went through the system. But when it comes to playing sports, would you say you can tell a difference when a player goes to a public school compared to going to a top high school? Is it harder for the kid to make it to the next level? Because
going to a regular public school or going to...
like because he went to Central, it'd be harder for him compared to somebody who went to Benedict's.
Me personally, I don't think so, because I've known people that went pro out of public school. My thing is, like everybody say, if you can play, they're going to find you. When you go to those Catholic schools, you're playing with a bunch of kids that play basketball. This is what they're trying to do. They're trying to get that scholarship. When you at your local public school, it might be you and 2 other kids that's really serious about the game. These other kids just here because they made the team. They don't have aspirations to go to college. So your team is different. You know what I'm saying? When you got kids, I always say it's kids that play basketball. No, let me change that. It's kids that just play basketball and there's basketball players. When you go to those Catholic schools, those are basketball players. When you get in that public school realm, some of these kids are kids that just play basketball. They don't have aspirations to go past the high school level. Some of them do, but they're just not good enough to get, to those places. So when you go to those St. Patrick's at the time, St. Anthony's, Christian Brothers Academy, when you go to these Hudson Catholic now, you probably will go to college if you can play. If you can play on that level, you'll get a scholarship and go to college. But I don't think it's harder in public school. You got to up your schedule. If I got a kid or a couple of kids that's, these kids could play D1, I got to schedule Bob Hurley. I got to schedule Kevin Boyu. I got to schedule these schools to see if my kids can compete with that type of competition. So it's a gift and a curse, but I just tell kids, if you can play, man, they're going to find you. And right now, they only recruiting AAU. They're not coming to your high school. If you play on a top-notch AAU team,
right,
they're gonna see you, but they're not really coming to high school because they season going on.
Yeah,
so you get your looks in the summer. One of my good friends who I met in that league when I was 16, he used to play against my team, he talked trash, and I used to follow him as he got older. But Ira Bowman, he's a assistant coach at Auburn. He's their top East Coast recruiter. And me and him, when he comes up, we always link up. And he got the kid out of Hudson Catholic at Auburn now.
Taha Pettiford.
Pettiford. So
he grabbed him?
Yeah. He's the recruiter for the East Coast. So he get the Atlanta kids, Southeast, East. So he's their top recruiter. And he's been down there like 6-7 years, and they've been to the Final Four twice. They've never been to the Final Four in school history before he got there.
That's tough.
So that says a lot. But we talk about it all the time, what type of kids he looking for, and how kids got to, first thing they look at is your social media. That's the first thing they look at when they recruiting a kid. What you posting,
right?
Who you around. They into all that, and if it's negative, most likely they're gonna shy away from you. So that's why I always tell my kids to
drop your glasses,
keep the social media clean,
right.
And some of them don't know what clean is, but I think you can make it out of, you can make it out of public school, man. It might be a little harder, you know what I'm saying? But some of these kids good enough to play in public school and then go to these Catholic schools and sit the bench.
Yeah, I asked you that only because as time go on, I kind of get it. It's unfair, but I get it. You just explained it without me asking.
Okay.
If you do a public school and he's serious about playing ball, I can see why a college or somebody would be like, he could work out, but you're playing a bunch of people who don't really give a fuck about basketball.
Right.
But if you go to this Catholic school,
and
all 15 of y'all trying to make it to one location.
Right.
So if you ball out here, you can ball out there.
Ball out there, yeah.
But if you ball out here, Lil Rodney and them ain't trying to make it.
Right. No, you right.
Because I told the story before because we had Jahavi Floyd here.
Who's that?
Jahavi Floyd played for
He played for Saraville,
He played for Saraville High School, but he played for Holy Cross College.
Okay.
He overseas right now. I think he said he playing for Japan.
Oh, okay.
But he from Jersey City though.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, he went to Saraville and he was saying he got his look when he went to AAU in the 11th grade. Yeah, he said the AAU, that's how he got the college look, and now he a pro overseas or whatever.
Right.
But I also have 2 cousins. One named Tyon, the other one is Jabril Peppers.
Oh, okay. I don't know him, but I know the name. Yeah.
But Tyon went to the East Orange campus, broke all 8 records as a wide receiver, and I guess academically or whatever. But the colleges that wanted him ain't the colleges that wanted Jabril. Jabril went to Don Bosco, did 2 years, won a championship.
Right.
That ain't even what moved him. Jabril transferred out of the school and went to Paramus Catholic. And took them from dirt ass to beating on the
them schools.
And he went from I was always ranked number 2 in the country. But that's because he's beating on Don Bosco.
He beat Don Bosco when he went to Paramus.
Left. Yeah, he was with Don Bosco 2 years.
You know what's crazy? Every time you told me that story, I never thought that you were saying he beat the team.
Yeah, he left Paramus Catholic.
Because I know Don Bosco
Paramus Catholic was in last place. Like they was at the bottom of the Catholic school.
Right, Catholic school.
He left. He the only transfer. He left. 2 championships back.
Made the whole team better.
Damn. The whole team better. So, but then my cousin is in East Orange doing the same shit.
Right.
Then the colleges is like, yeah, that's East Orange.
That's East Orange.
That shit, it's different when it's like teams that's fully. I told you the football story.
Oh my God.
I told you. That's why this is the day I knew football wasn't happening for me. Let me give you this last story before we let you get out of here, right? I was on, and then I got to ask you a question about basketball. One more question. I was on the line, shouldn't have been there. I was on the line, and we was playing some calculated school, all big white boys. And they said, "Hut, I went to go block." And when I went to block him, he ain't moved. Like I was like I'm him. And I'm thinking I'm doing something. I'm not blocking him because he's not even trying to go nowhere. The play over, he like, yeah, next time get underneath here. I'm like, yeah, I'm not playing football no more, bro. It's over, bro. Like,
yeah, when your opponent starts coaching you, that shit is dangerous.
He said, yeah, next time you want to get underneath the pads right here. I'm like, man. And I'm thinking I'm supposed to, nah, it wasn't that. But yeah. And my last question was about basketball. I just want to know, I think Jersey got the best ballers. What you think?
I think so. I think New York used to have, you know, when I was coming up, New York was the top of the, you know, echelon. But Jersey now, I think every year we got somebody in the draft, you know, and our basketball is competitive. We got good coaches here, you know. We lost Hurley, we lost Boyle. But other than that, we got some real good coaches here in Jersey, and you know, we always seem like we get a kid in the McDonald's game, you know. So I think Jersey is still good, even though the basketball is changing. I still think we competitive. We're one of the most competitive states.
So that's a good way to put it, because I just tell them straight. I tell them we better than y'all. Because we in Jersey. That's it.
Whatever. You know, if you can, a balance, right? So you're big on the youth, you're big on the basketball, you're big on trying to keep the kids, even though you said you was in the streets, you changed your life and you're trying your best to keep them on the right track and not make those mistakes. What do you think else needs to happen for that to really be a real push? Because like you may do it, and there may be a small community that do it, but there's a lot of people who don't care that you saying that. Like what do you think?
What I think as far resources, we definitely need resources. We definitely need more people involved, you know, because, and I always go back to when I was young. Everywhere you went, whoever that adult was that was in charge, everybody was on the same page. You wasn't telling me something that he wasn't telling me. You know what I'm saying? And you got discipline everywhere you went. Like, it was not like I can disrespect you, but I'm gonna respect you. Nah, you had to respect every adult that you came in contact with. And these kids now, their parents are telling them, you don't gotta listen to him. You don't gotta do this, you don't gotta do that. So it's defeating the purpose. But I think parents need counseling too, man. A lot of these kids need counseling. I think parents need counseling too. But I think it starts with local government, you know, because money is poured into cities from federal government, and it's not. I don't think it's utilized, man. Because I've been working with kids 40 years now, you know, off and on. But for the last 30, I've been consistent. But they don't put the resources in the community, man. And I work in the school system. Like, the way they treat our kids, man, it's not right, man. I mean, you suspend a kid for whatever action. If it's not fighting or being, you suspend a kid for being disrespectful. I don't think a kid should be suspended for being disrespectful. I think you should find out why this kid being disrespectful. Why? Like, I try to get a relationship, like I said, with my team, with my kids, my team. but I'm an attendance counselor at Central. I got a relationship with kids that don't play sports. So I'm at the door and you come in all cheery every day you cheery. And then that next, or 5 days later, you come in, you don't want to talk to nobody. Something wrong. You know what I'm saying? So you got to understand, like I said, you got to know the kids that you're dealing with. So now it's like, oh, what's up? You ain't smiling today? Oh, you ain't speaking? What's wrong? Now, they don't want to tell you in front of everybody, so while they walk away, you walk with them. Yo, what's up? What's going on? My little brother, he got locked up yesterday, or somebody got shot, or just anything. And it's affecting them. And now they're in the building walking around, somebody say something to them, they snap on them. Oh, suspend them. You don't even know what's wrong with them. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think, we don't have a lot of compassionate people no more, man. Some people just coming to work, get my check, going home. Hey, if it ain't no kids here, you ain't getting no check.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we got to do whatever we got to do to make sure these kids come to school, they're comfortable, make sure they eat. Like, breakfast over at 8:45.
Right.
Your kids walk in at 8:50. Oh, breakfast over? Go to class. Oh, motherfucker might be hungry. That last 5 minutes he missed, something could have happened on the way to school, and they just didn't make it.
Yeah, it ain't like he 2 hours late.
Right. 5 minutes
still
late.
To school.
No, go to class. You ain't getting no lunch. You ain't getting no breakfast. And I'd be like, yo, man, they might. Nah, they should have got here on time. But you don't know. Sometimes you late.
You don't know what stopped them from getting here on time.
They here. You know what I'm saying? Kids come to the door. Oh, he ain't coming in. It's 9 o'clock. Yo, the kid here, man. Let him. We got to have some other type of consequences for him. We can't say you got to go home.
They give them detention
Go
or
home
something. Like,
at 9 in the morning?
Man.
nah, schools get done like
That's
that.
how they coming?
Some schools, yeah.
I went to Cicely
At
Tyson,
Central,
nigga. Yes, that's how they came.
yeah, at Central, they take your phone. You come in after 9, you got to get your phone or you can't get it to the end of the day. Some kids be like, oh, no, I ain't getting my phone. And they'll leave. Or you'll call a parent. Why you taking this phone? Yo, 9 o'clock. And it's not today 9 o'clock. He here every day at 9 o'clock. So now if it's just sometimes kid come to the door, I'll be like, oh, nah, that kid ain't never late. Something must have happened. Don't take his phone.
Yeah.
And they come in, oh, nah, I missed the bus. Or I had to get my sister. You know what I'm saying? And you let them go.
I didn't know it like that. Yeah.
Man,
We had a late room. Like,
Yeah, we did too.
Yeah, you come
I went to Cicely Tyson. You come in, and then they had a late door.
Right,
When you late for the late door, the door be closed. They won't let you in.
right.
all right, you got a point. Yeah, you're right. You're right. They
But
did
they'll
do
send
that.
some of these kids home, man. I don't want to deal with him today.
Oh, shit.
So it's a little different, man. But
What make you? I just want to know what make you what make you get up and want to do that every day?
what's that?
The way you are, like you just explained, like this shit ain't moving. You care about the kids. Like what's your motivation to keep? Is it the kids that motivates you to keep getting up every day and doing the same thing you do?
It is, and because somebody did it for me, man. Like
Word.
I didn't go astray until I was an adult.
Okay.
Up until my teenage years, I was doing what kids do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As I got older and I stepped outside, I was outside, but as I got older and it's like I'm an adult now, I can make my own decisions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I made the decision to go astray for a little while. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I had structure in my life growing up, and that structure helped me maneuver through those streets. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to be a certain way when you in the community, because everybody's mindset not the same. And if you make one wrong move, it could cost you your freedom, your life. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to deal with people, and I think that's where I'm good at. I know how to deal with not just kids, adults as well. Because I worked before I went in the school system, I was a case manager for mentally ill for 8 years.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I know how to deal with the mentally ill population and all that. But that's my motivation, man. I'm 58, and I don't feel like I'm 58.
Word.
I feel like I'm 40. You know, I still got 20, 30 years to, keep it moving. And people are like, yo, you need to take a vacation, because I run my summer league on the weekends. Okay. So I'm out. This is the 27th year. Besides COVID, for 27 years, I ain't took a vacation in the summertime.
Jeez.
You know what I'm saying? I'm outside at the basketball courts from 10 in the morning to 8 at night every weekend. Damn. And they like, yo, you need a vacation. For what? It's work
Are y'all
to be
doing
done.
that right now too?
Yeah, this the last regular season weekend and playoffs championship next weekend.
I'm coming out there.
So yeah, so we out there right up the street from Essex County.
Yeah, I'm coming out there. I'm coming out there. Man.
The same road you take to Applebee's.
I played ball in Branchbrook Park one time. I won. Feel me? I caught a dub.
I never play ball. I'm never playing ball. I
caught a dub.
I'm never playing basketball.
Bro, I gotta come out there, man. I gotta get the full experience.
Yeah,
can I get some courtside seats or something? No, I just want to know.
I'm sure that, I'm sure I tell Mike, yeah, you can have my seat. Because I don't never sit down. He'd be like, OG, you got a seat. They charge to sit courtside. But he'd be like, yo, I'm good. I'll stand up. I don't want to sit down.
Oh, is that the
Neighborhood versus
Neighborhood.
Oh, that's that?
Yeah.
I'm coming out there. I can sit courtside.
They play tonight. They play, it's the semifinals. Philly plays Zucro and Northside play AFN or something like that. So yeah, it should be pretty good.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Should be pretty good. So I'm gonna go out there. But yeah, that's just my motivation, man. The kids, man, and I catch a lot of flack. Not a lot of flack, but my friends be like, yo, you don't never go nowhere. And I'm good. I'm trying to make sure that go somewhere and have fun, and my community messed up. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. That's how I think.
I feel
everybody don't think like that. Now I'm coming back to the same problems. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we do need to enjoy ourselves, and my enjoyment is going out. I don't know if you remember Elijah Ingram. He played for St. Anthony's. He's from Newark. But he played.
I know that name.
I know
he got a club in Newark. He used to play for Zucco.
I know exactly who he's talking
City
about.
Lounge. So I go down there. The vibe is like, my friends, I ain't going down there. Nah, I go down there, I can chill. I ain't gotta look, these jokers in here. I gotta make sure this don't go down. Or I could be comfortable and I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Give me a little hookah and a couple of drinks and I'm in the house. I'm in the house, you know what I'm saying? So that's my piece. I love hip hop. If I could I just want to hear some good hip hop music.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Not that jibby jabby. I can't understand the words. I like stuff that jokers rapping about the community and the conditions because it shows me that it's not just Newark. And I know it's not just Newark, but when you hear a joker from New Orleans or a joker from Philly and he's talking about the same thing that's going on here, I want to hear that because it's everywhere. And we don't have no national leader that can bring everybody together and say, look, follow me. We gonna do this. We ain't had a leader since, I don't know who was the last leader. Might have been Martin Luther King. I don't know, Malcolm X, one of them. That was the last leader. Farrakhan, he preached what he preached.
Right.
But our leaders go to jail, man.
Yeah.
They got Hoover still locked up. He was, I don't know, man. This stuff be crazy to me. Mumia, like we got people that can bring, I think, peace to the community or be a leader, and we just throw them in jail for life over stuff that chokers on the street did.
Right.
And they did 5 years. These jokers in here for life, man. Like, come on. You still trying to arrest Asada Shakur, Joanne Chesimard, that broke out of prison. The lady got to be 80 years old. You still trying to...
Like, her time is up, bro. Like, she beat
but
y'all.
You still,
y'all got to take her.
Right. But you still trying to lock her up. Like, come on, man. She if she in Cuba, she chilling.
Cuba holding it down. I ain't going to lie to you.
Yeah, y'all ain't taking nobody out of here. That's where everybody run to. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Cuba and Bali.
We got a lot of political prisoners, man, and I'm an avid Tupac fan, and I listen to the stuff he say, and it's like at 23, 24, 25, this brother was dead. Like he knew what was going on. He just didn't know how to manufacture it and put it together because he was too young, and he still was trying to get himself together with his music and all that. But we don't have no leaders, man, that we can listen to and say, you know what? Yeah, I'm down with that. And then when you do find somebody and you tell people, come on, we're gonna have a meeting tonight. Everybody ain't coming for that. Yeah. Some people come in to go see what they talking about. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That COINTELPRO, like that stuff be real. Like they be like, yo, let's sit down, we gonna put something together.
Stuff like that.
Go see who there. Yeah. Like when you have when we was marching, marching when the young lady got killed, we was marching down Clinton Avenue to City Hall. They got everybody picture. Who is that? Who is come on, man. We for the people. You trying to dismantle somebody that's trying to organize the community because we're not supposed to be organized. So they make it so we don't organize.
That's another topic.
I get it. But that's the stuff I be on, man. And I can't call a meeting because I don't know if you coming for the meeting or you coming to see what we talking about.
Right.
So it's even harder now, especially with technology and stuff like that. It's even
sabotage
harder.
The plan, and we ain't even put the plan together. You already thinking about, I'm gonna sabotage this. Like,
I got one final question. I thought that was really dope what you did with Jason Williams.
Okay.
So how did that come about?
It's weird, man. I was in the store I'm at now. I wasn't there. I was at another location I was right up the street from the movie theater on 6th Street and 16th Avenue. I wasn't even open yet. This was in 2017. I had just got the spot, and it had to be like June because I opened July 1st of that year, July 3rd. So I'm in front of the store, and some lady came up with Australian accent. She walked up. She was like, "Are you Shawn McCray?" And I'm looking at her like, "Yeah, like who you?" She like, "Oh, well, I work with a company and we thinking about doing a documentary." And like, a documentary? I'm like, "What company?" Like, my street sense is kicked in. Like, who is this? Where you coming from? I just popped out how you know I was here? You know what I mean? So we got to talking, and she was telling me, they're doing a documentary. They looking for a coach that got ties to the community and, coach a high school team or whatever. So it was me. They never told me who the coaches were. It was a coach in Philly and a coach in Brooklyn and myself. So she started telling me what was going on, asking me what type of team I got. Do I got any kids with any stories? And I had a good team coming back. And I'm like, "Nah, I got a good team coming back, blah, blah, blah." And we talking. She was like, "Okay, somebody's going to contact you in a couple of weeks." So she left out. I'm like, "Damn, this lady," like, I can't even remember her name. I just know she had an Australian accent. And I'm like, "Yo, they sent you in the community by yourself?" You know what I'm saying? We on the number blocks, like number blocks in Newark. Everybody ain't just walking on a number block. So she like, yeah, I feel comfortable here. So, 2 weeks later, somebody from California called me, and it was like, "Yeah, this such. We following up with, the young lady that came to the store. We're gonna fly out there in 2 weeks." Now, I was running a basketball camp at the time at the waterfront on Grafton, and it was like, "Well, where you gonna be at on this date, July something?" And I'm like, "Well, I run a camp and be at camp." It was like, "We're gonna be there at 12 o'clock, blah, blah, blah." Gave them the address. So I'm sitting there, it's lunchtime. We go to lunch at 12. I see two guys walking up. I said, "Yo, these gotta be the guys." Like, it was 11:58. So I'm like, "Oh, dang, motherfuckers, right on time." So they came in, we went in the back, we talking, and they was telling me, we gonna do a documentary. It's gonna be an NBA player involved. They never told me who it was. LeBron James company doing it, Spring Hill Entertainment, Boardwalk Pictures in Cali, this and that. So I'm like, "Oh, this is some real stuff." So they was like, 2 weeks, somebody gonna contact you. Everything was 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And the time, everything was on time.
All
it
precise
wasn't nothing,
time.
no
Yeah.
later. I mean, it was always the time they said they gonna call, they call. It wasn't no 1 minute after, 1 minute before. So I'm like, I'm sitting there. These producers from California, they was like, "You got access." It was Skype at the time.
Mm-hmm.
They was like, "You got access to Skype and all." I wasn't computer savvy and all that. So the people that worked at the waterfront, they hooked it up for me. I went in the back room. There was about 5 or 6 people in there. They all said they was working on the show, whatever. Man, they had to ask me 100 questions, man. I'm talking about from zoo crew to basketball to everything. And they ended with, "Coach, we're going to get back to you." And I'm like, "What you mean?"
2
It was
weeks.
like,
2 weeks.
no, they didn't say 2 weeks. They said by the end of the month. By this time we're in August. So they was like, "The end of the month, we're going to get back to you." So I'm like, "The end of the month?" I'm like, "Well, dude, is y'all going to do me?" Yeah. They was like, "We can't tell you that, but we're going to let you know." So a whole 2 weeks, I'm like, man, got an email probably like August 28th. We going to shoot Central. So I'm like, oh, shit, like, but I didn't know to the magnitude that it was. I knew it was something because you got people from Cali and this and that. It got to be something. So they was like, "We gonna come do a pre-shoot." I was coaching my little kids, and we was at Grafton Ave. they came down there. They had about 20 cameras, man. I said, oh shit, this was just a pre-shoot. It wasn't like the documentary yet. So they left and they was like, we got approval they was just waiting for approval from Newark Public Schools to come in to do the documentary, and they gave them the approval. So they came in to practice to the tryouts, and they had a whole floor to themselves. That's how much equipment they had. And I'm like, oh, this is real. So you saw the scene where Jay walked in the locker room. That was the first time I ever met him. Still didn't know who was going to be the the NBA.
Like White Chocolate?
No, Jay Will. That's on ESPN.
Oh, okay.
The one that's on ESPN.
Yeah.
But so they.
Oh, Jay Will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, all right,
yeah.
all right.
So.
Whole name Jason.
All right.
Yeah, how about to say his whole name Jason?
Yeah, he originally from Plainfield, so I guess they wanted somebody from Jersey or
okay,
whatever.
that makes
So,
sense.
he came on. It was great, man. The kids didn't get sidetracked, and then they as we was going, they got the story with Quan, and they had Isaiah. I didn't even know Isaiah was homeless until I saw that. I know he was living with different family members, but I didn't know he was like the way he said he was. So Isaiah, then they had Zarik and Hadi. So they followed them four, and it went well, man. And then we got to the state tournament. They like, Coach, when the season over? I said, well, now we're in the state tournament. We lose, we out. We won like 3-4 games before we got to the state final, and they like, Coach, the season's still going on? We like, yeah. It's like, we didn't expect to be here this long. We got a deadline.
We getting busy. You thought we was ass. We getting busy, baby.
I said, I told you we had a good team. So they filmed, they started filming less because they only could have so much material, and then the championship, they filmed most of that. But it was a great experience, man. A lot of the kids became popular after that. Quan, Hadi. I was getting inboxes from people in Japan, Africa. Like,
dope.
Inbox was going off, like, because it was on the NBA channel of YouTube. Then it was on ESPN. It's been on ESPN 3 times since it's been out. It just was on like a month and a half ago. 'Cause my man called me like, yo, I'm sitting in the hotel watching Best Shot. I said, it's on YouTube. You could just go watch it. He's like, nah, it's on ESPN.
Yeah, it came on TV.
I said, oh, shit, they got it on again. So
that's fire.
They got it on the ESPN Plus app, too.
yeah, it was 8 episodes. They flew me to Cali for, they had a, what you call it? Premiere in Cali. I was in Hollywood for 4 days, man. I'm like, 2 o'clock, I'm walking down, Rodeo Drive, one of them boulevards or something, but all they restaurants got chairs outside in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Filled at 2 o'clock. I'm like, yo, nobody work out here? Like, it's 2, you know what I'm saying? 2 o'clock and then back here, yo, I'm like, people riding around Bentleys, convertibles. I'm like, yo, I'm staying in Hollywood, so YouTube sponsored it because they had the rights to it. So they had a party every night I was there on rooftop. See, I'm like, I'm in there like, damn, that's how motherfuckers living, you know what I'm saying? And
nobody going to work.
Word, nobody going to work, but this is work. This is work. So the guy, they like, yo, they gave me like a $300, $350 stipend every day. Like, so they're like, Coach, you want to stay a couple of more days? I think I went on a Monday. This was like Thursday. It's like, you want to stay a couple of more days, Coach? And I'm like, nah, man, I got to get back to the real world, man. I can't do that. I mean, but
Coach was like, hold on.
I thought about it. I'm like, nah, man, I gotta get back to the
Nah, I gotta get back.
I gotta get back. Like, I got
You got
stuck.
to drink and shit and say, Coach, you good?
Yo,
I gotta go, man.
I got the summer league going on. My man in camp by himself. They flew me out. Me and the principal from Central at the time. They flew her out too, but
It's the greatest.
I'm out there chilling. Then they like, yeah, we going to the Black Film Festival. I said, in Miami? They like, yeah, you got your flight. Then yo, I'm like,
It's solidified, man.
Oh, nah.
You don't go to Hollywood.
Oh no, I went. That
you
was
don't go to Hollywood.
That was only 2 days. I went to that, and then, yo, I'm down there like I never been to the Black Film Festival, so they got stuff lined up. We doing radio. I'm like, yo, like you know what I'm saying? I get an understanding of somebody's day, and I'm just like doing a documentary. I could imagine like somebody like LeBron who going somewhere. They constantly, we got 15 minutes. Everything is on the time. Like we gotta go. We got breakfast. You gotta eat in like 20 minutes. We gotta go at 11 o'clock. Like it was crazy, and I'm like, damn, this shit's crazy. But
that's wild.
It was a great experience. They took the kids. We went to Duke for like 4 days. They took us to a game down, on the documentary. We was at Duke for 4 days. Like, it was just a great experience, man. And a lot of stuff came out of it, like just meeting different people. And, the kid Quan, he working with the director that directed Best Shot. He wrote his own script, so they shopping that around. So even the thing with the book the guy just wrote, When Crack Was King, like they about to shoot a documentary for that. He met me through Best Shot, you know what I'm saying? So it's just been good, man. It came out in 2018 in July, so it's been 7 years that it came out, and I'm still getting people watching it, and they look like, yo, I just saw that with you in it, because I don't think it was promoted in Newark the way it should have been promoted. Like the people from Best Shot was promoting it. We had a billboard on 33rd right across from the Garden. Big old billboard. I'm like, I went over there, took a picture of it, just amazed that I'm sitting on 33rd Street, like in the heart of New York, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, it never made me, I'm a humble guy, man. I'm who I am. I don't know how to be somebody else, you know what I'm saying? So people be like, yo, you don't be, I mean, I like it, but I think the work not done yet. I'm still, maybe when I'm done working with the kids or doing whatever, I'll sit back and reflect like, damn, I really made an impact on people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not just kids, but people. And that was a great experience, man. They was going to do Best Shot 2, then COVID hit. So that kind of threw everybody out of whack, and they never really got back
they
together.
Had you in LA again, and they was like,
"Oh, I'm out there. Oh, no.
He said you want to
I'm out there. I'm out
He
there.
said until the money ran out.
Yeah.
they said, give him 2 more.
Yo, that was crazy, man. I'm telling you. And when I was out there, it made me understand that people really living out here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You get caught up with where you at and what you see, but it's people that's really like every day they working, but they work a little different than I work. You know what I'm saying? And you appreciate that, and now I see. But it's just I don't understand like when people on social media and you see a lot of that stuff don't be real, and you want to live that life, but you really got to put in the work
to get there.
You can't just unless you just an overnight sensation, but. That's rare.
That's very rare.
You know what I'm saying? You listen to rappers. When you started, I've been 10 years, and then you just got a hit. But you've been out here pumping for 10 years. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that work be real.
Yeah, for
so,
sure.
I'm appreciative of what they did, man. And I'm still in contact with some of those guys. I ain't spoke to Jay, but the people that worked on it, I've been speaking to them because I'm trying to get them to do my book. You know what I'm saying? So, if they plug me with somebody and try to bring it to something, I don't know, on TV or just a series or something. So
we hope that happens for you because we on the streak right now. Most of the time, when people come on the podcast and they say they want something to happen, when they come, like, because we got some recurring people that come back, they'll say like, "Yo, what happened?" And we be like, "Oh, dang! When you said it, it was on the pod." So we
but if you, I think if you put it in the atmosphere, in the universe, and you work with it or work at it or don't stop. I mean, it's gonna take time, but if you just constantly trying to get it out there, I think it will happen. If that's what the end goal is, you know what I mean? But some of us, we give up. That's why I tell people, just because it ain't happened today, it could happen tomorrow, but then it might not happen tomorrow, but you just gotta, if it's your dream, you gotta keep working at it.
You won't know what happened tomorrow if you gave up today.
Right. And now what you gonna do now if that's what you know what I'm saying? So if you done put all your effort and energy into that and it didn't work, then it didn't work. But, hopefully you found something else to replace that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always say in my afterlife, like, what am I gonna do? I wanna write books. Do I wanna just coach? Or, I don't wanna work in the school no more. I don't wanna do Zuku program no more. But I got to do something because my body programmed to be doing something all the time. I wake up 6 o'clock. As soon as the sun hit, I got to get up. Even if I went to sleep at 3.
I get up early as hell.
You know what I'm
man.
saying? I just be, my body just like that, man. I just got to be up. I'm out the house about 7:30, 8 o'clock. I don't come back in till 9, 10 o'clock at night. Don't let me go out. I might not come in till 2, 3 in the morning, but I'm okay. And then I get up and do the same thing the next day. You know, my body just, that's why I said I'm 58, but I don't feel like I'm 58. You know, you get them little nicks and crannies. With,
For sure. Yeah.
But other than that, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So I just try to keep it moving, stay positive, stay out of the way of people that's totally negative because we can't, we're not doing the same thing. So
Exactly.
I'd rather stay away from you. You know what I'm saying? Or be around people who burn my soul. Like,
Damn.
I already know you ain't right.
You ain't cut right. Yeah,
You
we
ain't with
cut
the
from same
people.
cloth.
I can't be in the room with you. And we ain't touch on politics. Maybe we come back, because I ran for council 3 times. And
Word?
Yeah, that politics crazy, man.
I believe it.
It's crazy. It's for you. It ain't for the people.
Yeah.
It's for you to step up. You know what I'm saying? My goal was to try to help the people, and everywhere I went, every room I went in, you can't help the people.
It's crazy.
Well, why everybody running for office?
That's crazy.
And I learned that it's not about the people. It's about
Who's sitting there?
connections and helping people outside of where you are. You know, building relationships with other people, not your community.
That's crazy.
Which coined the term, man, you playing politics.
Yeah.
That's literally this.
Yeah.
Running, you saying you running for that, and then you like, yo, I'm trying to help the community, and they're like, what?
Yeah.
Like, you playing politics with politics.
I'm telling you, it's deep, man, and it made me feel like the next election is 26, because I ran in 14, 18, and 22, so the next one is 26. And everybody like, yo, you getting ready to run? Nah, I'm done with that stuff, man. I can't
How close
do
you
it.
came to winning?
In 18, I lost about 250 votes, but the person I lost to was on a team with Baraka, so you know they had money. You know, I ain't never really had no money. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to be able to mail stuff to people's houses.
Yeah.
And in the Central
Trust
Ward,
me,
it's
we
like
know.
it's like 22 senior buildings in the Central Ward, and you know the seniors vote. So I couldn't get in those buildings, and then I ain't had the money to mail stuff in there. So, but I lost about 200 votes without even getting in those buildings. So
That's crazy.
I get in those buildings and turn a couple of people. You know,
What was you running for?
Central Ward councilman.
Oh, word.
That's the ward that I grew up in. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they got a special election November 4th because the seat been vacant. The person that was the Central Ward person, she's in Congress now. That's the lady they brought up on charges when Baraka was at the detention center, and they had the whole little thing down there. She got arrested, so now they trying to charge her. So she was the council person, and now she's in Congress. So that seat been vacant since last year.
Sheesh.
So, you know, there's about 6 people running. Now everybody calling me, yo, we want, because I got 2,000 strong votes. That they don't, that's all they care about, the vote.
Yep.
So if I got 2,000 people,
Yeah.
and I can sit with you and say vote for him.
Right.
Now they feel like, okay, but like 3 of them reached out to me. I'm not helping. I'm not doing it.
I feel
I'm not doing it. I don't agree with y'all. So why would I help you?
Exactly.
And I respect that.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't personal. It's politics.
Politics,
That's what they
yeah.
tell me.
Politics.
Oh, man, I was in the room, man. I was so hot, I almost left. They was like, yo, it's politics. Nah, man, this is some bull.
Yeah.
That's what this is. This ain't politics. Y'all don't care about the people.
That's crazy.
Nah, we can't. We help who we can help. Nah, man. That's why I said when you asked about the question about how we can help the kids or the community, I say resources, and that's why I ran, because I feel like it's resources that's brought into the city that's not put out to the right people. You might use them, but not
For what they
should
I
be
agree
used
with
for.
you. I agree with you fully. All the money that's been donated,
Especially during COVID.
like
oh my
all the money
God.
that's been donated, I don't see nothing happening.
Nothing.
To these
Even when
schools,
you
to nothing.
not even that, even when you think about it, bro, like all the money and taxes that we gotta pay in
Yep.
Jersey, like you gotta pay the turnpike. All that's supposed to be going to the roads. It be nothing but potholes, bro. Like what? I don't know. It's crazy. Like y'all don't got no machines or something. Like what are we doing? But And before we let you go, and I don't want to hold you for too long, I just want, could you give us a quote for any kid that's out here that's like a young kid trying to play basketball or want to play for Zoo Crew one day? Like something that you could tell them to keep going, or if they got some doubt in their mind that they can't keep playing basketball.
My favorite thing is, man, don't let your circumstances determine your outcome. You know what I'm saying? You in certain situations, things happen. Like I said earlier, you run into obstacles and you run into people that's not really for you. You got to figure it out. Like, you might be living in bad situations. Don't let that determine who you are, because sometimes we use that. You keep saying, oh, Johnny bad, man. He bad. Johnny start thinking he bad. So he start being bad, you know what I mean? So you just got to be able to come up out of your situation. Just don't let it suck you in, because we get sucked in, and it's easy to get sucked in and you can't get out. You know what I'm saying? So just don't let your circumstances determine your outcome, and just stay focused, man. If you focused on something and this is what you want to do, you have to work. You can't say, I want to be the best basketball player and you sleeping all day.
Facts.
There's no way. I want to be the best person with the podcast, and I ain't going today, but it's people working every day at whatever craft they got.
Yeah.
Some people really working every day, like,
that's a fact.
And they getting better at it. And you learning as you go, because I'm sure you look back at some of your stuff and you say, man, I could do this on the next. You know what I'm saying? You critiquing yourself
all the time.
You critiquing yourself. So that's what you got to do. Like, even as a coach, you make decisions. I go home sometimes like, damn, I should have ran this play, man, or I should have gave such and such. You questioning yourself, man. It's like you just got to push forward and figure out what works best for the situation that you in, man. So I just tell kids, keep pushing. My favorite quote is, the grind continues, man. Don't stop. You know what I mean? Something good, like I was on a podcast today, the grind continues. You know what I'm saying? Don't stop right here. Hopefully it's more, you know what I mean? So everybody got a different audience too. Y'all got a different audience than the next person. So you try to get the same message every time so everybody can grab it. You know what I mean?
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the message from the man, the legend, the author, the city activist, anything you can imagine, the man for the community, Shawn McCray. Coach Shawn McCray.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
I sip, I roll my weed up. Niggas trip, but they can't see us. Big plays when I'm on top now. I got this, kick your feet up. Watch how I double up now. It's gonna cost 10 to see.